Hello, it's Nilo here, again talking to you from a very, very hot room in sunny, humid England. And today I'm going to be reviewing an add-on. This add-on is called MogIt. Now, for those of you who do not know, Transmogrification is a feature that was added in Cataclysm? I could be wrong. Anyway, it's a feature that's been added and it's very nice. It allows you to change the appearance of items into another item. For example, as you can see, my weapon is a polearm. I don't have a polearm, I have a staff. I like the skin of this polearm, I think it looks very cool, and so I'm using that as my main weapon, or as my appearance. Still got the staff stats, just a different appearance. So, MogIt. What MogIt allows you to do is preview everything. Absolutely everything. Seriously, all of your gear. So, in order to operate it, this is what you do. You click on this little swirly blue icon up here in the corner by your minimap, and you click on preview. Go to new preview. You go to equip current gear under preview. So it will give you all of your gear under there. You need to keep this open in the background in order to see your character in all of that gear. Then you go to modules and you go to leather, and say I wanted to find a decent helm that matches the rest of my gear. It shows me a preview of every helm, and it shows you quite handily. You can just see that box that pops up. It says what the item is. It tells you where it comes. Oops, excuse me, that was a hiccup. It tells you where it comes from, and it tells you the zone. So this, for example, the Hood of Smouldering Flesh is a drop in Throne of Thunder on 25-man heroic. So, as you can see, if I wanted a matching helm, this would be the piece I want to go for. I don't really like helms, I'm not particularly fussed. My belt, however, I was fussed about, because my belt was originally this one, my 10 split leaf girdle. Didn't like it very much, so I went and used this to find a belt that I actually liked and that was easy to get a hold of. So, for example, I actually really like this. This one here, Girdle of the Night Day, matches my armour really well. The little glowing thing in the middle matches everything else. That's the one I'd like to get, but for now I've just gone with the PvP belt, which is this one up here, because I could craft it and I don't think it looks too horrific. I think, you know, it looks okay, and I certainly prefer that over this ridiculously ugly big helmet belt that just doesn't match. So that's one side of MogIt that's very nice. The other thing that it does is anything that you find, if you've got Atlas loot installed, anything you find on here, it will pop up a little window, so you can see what the item looks like without even having to use the dressing room. It basically is a quick way of looking at the items, because, you know, sometimes an item will be really awesome but it won't look so great, so you can kind of go, right, well, I love that item, like in terms of stats, but it doesn't look so great, so I'll probably transmogrify it, like I have done with my staff, because quite frankly my staff is really ugly. So that's quite handy, and obviously if an item drops you can also then look at what it looks like by checking the boss. It will do the same thing for items that are in your bag and also items that you've got equipped. So that's actually what my weapon normally looks like. It's not horrific, it's just that I prefer the look of this polearm over here. I think that looks nicer. I like polearms anyway, and there's actually another polearm that I am after, and I might well go for it in a moment. It's actually from Burning Crusade, all the way back to Hellfire Ramparts of Razruden Herald, and that is Hellreaver. I think that is such a fantastic looking weapon. I've always liked it. It's big, ugly, and it's on fire. Great. But that's the great thing. You can preview everything before you actually go looking for it, or if you want to create a set. The other thing you can obviously do is, if you wanted to go for some old school sets, you can do that too. So we'll equip current gear. Let's see. Okay, so you equip current gear and you go, well, I want to look kind of old school, so you could scroll through and find something that, you know, an armor set. So if you go, oh yeah, I really like that set, you can then check that out and see where you need to get this Mask of Primal Power or Armani Headdress, which is actually the same skin. So that's quite nice. I think there is another option to have whole sets equipped, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, it's nice. It's a good little add-on. It's well made. It's light. It hasn't crashed so far. The only thing I do is I often turn it off when I'm not planning on using it, or if I'm not fussed about transmogrification, because I just don't like having extra add-ons running that don't need to be running. So because it does still eat up a little bit of memory, not a huge amount, but it's still there. You know, so if I look down in the add-on memory, MogIt Lever is pretty much one of the biggest modules running at the moment. So I disable it. I've got plenty of memory. I'll just disable it because I don't like to make my computer run any hotter than it needs to, especially in this heat. It's like 30 degrees in my room. It's ridiculous. That's 30 degrees Celsius. If it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit, I would not be complaining. Anyway, tally ho from me. Bye bye.